anything else that you feel that you've got left to achieve that the band would really like to achieve?
Absolutely. We've only just begun, you know. Really, we've only just begun. We've only have, what do we have? What, 4 records out, you know. We're still babies, you know. We've got a lot to achieve, and we will achieve it.
Now you've been working on a solo project, haven't you? Could you tell us a little bit about that? Aha.
How did you know this? Yeah. Well, I grew up playing drums and playing guitar. I was really never a bass player until this band. So I've always wanted to. I have like a little home recording studio at home, you know. And I had like 45 songs written, right? And so I was afforded the opportunity by Geffen they gave me a contract to record. And so I went into A&M Studios in Los Angeles and Conway and some place in Dallas and a place in London and New York and Seattle, San Francisco. While we were on the road, I was recording, right? Did my thing, and I had a couple guest people. Lenny Kravitz sang on one song, and Sebastian sang on one song, and Snake played guitar on a song from Skid Row. And
but what kind of stuff is it?
It's everything. I mean, it's just rock and roll. It's like, I mean, there's some bluesy stuff, and my brother played horns and some stuff, and it's different. I mean, it's not mainstream at all, but it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna tour on it right when we get done with Metallica touring with us this summer.
Did you find that doing that gave you kept you kind of fresh for Guns, that you were able to go off and do something of your own kind of thing?
No, it almost killed me. Didn't keep me fresh or anything. No, yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it gave me a whole different perspective on everything, you know, because I hadn't played drums for a long time. So it gave me a refreshing attitude on where Matt was coming from as a drummer, and I hadn't played guitar for a long time, so it gave me a refreshing attitude on where Slash was coming from. So it really kind of helped me out as far as making the band plan, you know. I'll shut up.
No, we like exclusives here on the Headbangers Ball. Are you able to tell us what your album might be called?
Yeah, it's called Believe in Me.
Thank you very much. Okay, well, we're going to see some more music now on Headbangers Ball, and this is actually one of my favourite Guns N' Roses tracks of all time, from Appetite for Destruction. It's a really classic song. You know what it is, Sweet Child of Mine. We've got a few more moments to talk to Duff on the Headbangers Ball from Prague, and a little earlier we were talking to Slash, and we reckoned that the Dublin show was rather special. What did you make of playing at Slane Castle?
Well, we hadn't played together for about a month and a half since the gig, but we really pulled it off, surprisingly enough. It was just pure raw energy, you know. And it was also very special to me because I am Irish. I'm American Irish. So there's a lot of my family there that I've never met or anything, you know. So I think the gig came off very well, and it's over with, thank God.
Did you wear green?
Did I wear? No, I didn't wear green. I don't have anything green. I wear everything black. I'm colorblind, so I don't know. You know.
Do you ever miss the kind of intimacy of small clubs? Do you ever wish that you could go back there?
Sure. You know, and we do once in a while. We have a band, like a offshoot band. I can't name the name of the band because it's... Oh, really? Okay, well, no, well, you won't be able to air it. It's called the Drunk Fucks.
We can air that in Europe, don't worry.
You can? Okay, okay, it's the Drunk Fucks, and we play clubs here and there. And we also get up, Slash and I especially, get up and play with local bands all the time in LA or wherever we might be at, actually. So we get that, you know, but yeah, I do miss as a band playing clubs.
Now, there has been a lot of controversy about Axl's timekeeping at the time you go on stage, but I can completely understand that he wants to get himself completely psyched up and ready to go, and that he obviously wants to give his best performance every time. Does it have any sort of detrimental effect on you not knowing quite when you're going to go on stage?
Well, of course it does, you know, and I appreciate that you do understand, you know, because a lot of people don't. Yeah, I mean, we'll get psyched up because we'll hear he's coming in, and then we'll hear he's not. And to get psyched up and then relapse, and then to get psyched up and relapse, it kind of wears on you. So sometimes by the time we get on stage, we're like worn out from that, you know? But, I mean, it really never affects the performance, you know? I can't really say it does.
What's your personal way of kind of getting psyched up for a gig? Do you listen to loud music, or do you check out the support bands, or?
Oh, I always check out the support bands. Yeah, I mean, that's a whole different subject. I mean, the support bands we pick are the ones we pick. You know, bands we like and we like to watch. And so I always go out and watch. If I wasn't doing this right now, I'd be out watching Soundgarden. I get psyched up. I get psyched up by watching the other bands, and you know, and really in the back of your mind, it's like, yeah, we got to kick these guys' ass tonight, you know, and I want them to be better. I want them to be great, you know, because that'll push me that much farther over the edge, you know. So yeah, that's basically how I do it. And I before the gig, you know, I kind of talk to myself a little bit, and I play my bass a little bit, and I stretch out, and then I talk to myself a little bit more, and then I go on, and I start screaming and shouting on stage and everything, and everything goes berserk.
Do you still get nervous before a gig?
You kidding me? 50,000 people? Yeah, you kidding me?
Does it disappear as soon as you're actually on the stage?
No. 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 I'm scared shitless. Scared. I can say shitless
You can?
on European MTV. No, it's scary. I mean, we're talking, well, tonight, how many people? 100,000 people? 80,000 people?
30,000.
Oh, okay, 50,000 people, whatever. That's not what they told me. 50,000, I mean, that's a lot of people to, like, have sort of, I guess you would say, control over, in a way, right? It's scary, you know. Yeah, I mean, you let down your guard after a couple songs and just get into what you're doing. But still, I mean, there is always illuminating all over you, all these people, you know. And it's different. It's surrealistic. It's not real life, you know.
Okay. Well, thanks very much for taking time out to talk to me on Headbangers Ball. You've got to go off and start preparing for the gig, so we'll let you go. But we'll have more from the other members of Guns N' Roses a little later on. But for now, here's some more music. Right now, I'm very pleased to welcome Matt to the Headbangers Ball from Prague. And Matt, when you're on tour, do you get much chance to kind of have a look around and see some of the cities?
Well, this time, yeah, because we're doing these big stadium gigs. So it takes a few days in between gigs to set up the stage and everything. We actually have 3 different separate crews setting up stages. and they piggyback, you know, one crew will be setting up the next gig or whatever. So there's still like 2 and 3 days in between gigs, so I got to see a lot of Dublin, which is cool. Drank a lot of Guinness, you know. And we just got into Czechoslovakia last night, and we got in about midnight, but we were determined to find a club. So we got in the cars and went out, and we found one, and it was pretty cool. And we had a good time. And they're open all night here, too, which is great, which I never even thought would exist in a place like Prague, Czechoslovakia, but it's a lot different than I expected.
And of course, we last saw you at the Freddie Mercury tribute concert. You only actually played 2 songs, but did you have fun?
Oh, yeah, that was probably the highlight of my career so far with any band or whatever. You know, it was just meeting all those people and be able to be on the same stage with the likes of Queen and Robert Plant, David Bowie, and Elton John and everybody, you know, and for such a good cause too, you know, and for Freddie Mercury. So that was great.
So what are you most looking forward to about this tour of Europe?
Well, you couldn't be here really at a much better time, you know. It's perfect weather so far, you know. Keep your fingers crossed. Hope all the gigs are outdoors. So we're just hoping for good weather, and you know, and we're going to be playing some places that we never played before, like Prague, Czechoslovakia, and Hungary, and then we're going to Spain, Portugal. And it's the first time for Guns N' Roses in Italy, I believe. I played there with the Cult when I was with the Cult. So for the Italian fans, that'll be good, because when we played Wembley in England by ourselves last summer, a lot of people came over from Spain and Italy that couldn't see Guns N' Roses in either one of those countries. So it's nice now that we're going to see them, you know. So.
Now, there has been a lot of controversy about Axl's timekeeping when he comes on stage. You know, and as I've said before, I can completely understand that he wants to be completely ready. How do you deal with that when you're never quite sure when you're going to start? It must be difficult to kind of peak.
Peak, yeah. Yeah, your adrenaline kind of gets going already. You know, you leave the hotel and you're already getting up for the gig. So you just drink a few more beers, I guess. I don't know, 12-ounce girls or something, you know, to get up for the gig. And then there's times where sometimes it goes on a little long, but, you know, I'm used to it now, and I think everybody should be, because it's just the way it is. And bands in the 70s, I remember going to see, like, Aerosmith, and I saw Led Zeppelin, and I was like, they came on stage really late, you know, and that was just what happened in those days. Not saying that it's right or anything, but, you know, now we've got all these rules and regulations, you know, and rock and roll was never really meant to be that way, was it, you know? You must be on stage on time, you know, so, I don't know, there's a couple ways to look at it. But I deal with it fine, you know, I don't mind hanging out backstage, you know, it's okay.
Yeah, you sound as if you're very relaxed about it. I mean, do you still get nervous before a show?
I got nervous before the Freddie Mercury show, you know. It's like, you're going to be in front of 1 billion people on TV. That's a lot, man, you know. Big shows, Rock in Rio. Bigger shows, yeah, I get more up for them, you know. I always get up for the show, but it's a little bit more of a rush when you're playing in front of 50, 60, 70,000 people. That's fun, yeah.
I mean, how much has your life, maybe your personal life, changed since you became a member of Guns N' Roses?
Personal life?
Do you have one anymore?
No, I don't have a personal life anymore. It's changed quite a bit, you know, from the Cult even. It was a good stepping stone for me to be able to go from the Cult to Guns N' Roses, because that was already a semi-established big band, and it wasn't just like, pow, you know, you're in the biggest supposed rock and roll band in the world, you know. And so that was a way for me to work my way up into the big leagues, you know. And I'm handling it pretty good, I think, you know.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for joining me, and good luck with the rest of the tour. And right now we're going to take another commercial break, and then after that I shall be back talking some more to Slash. So see you there. Bangers Ball with Guns N' Roses, and of course it is Guns N' Roses weekend here on MTV, and I hope you've been enjoying our coverage of the band over the entire weekend. And right now I'm joined by Gilby from the band. Hi, how are you doing?
All right, Vanessa, how are you?
I'm very good. Now, we're in Prague, obviously. Have you had a chance to kind of have a look around?
Yeah, I got to hang out in those clubs downtown and stuff. It's pretty wild, pretty interesting.
Tell us more.
It's kind of like back in the old days, you know, a little dirty, little people sleeping on the floors and stuff. kind of made us feel at home.
Now, before you joined Guns, you were in a band called Kill the Thrills, which was that your band?
Yeah, that was my band.
But you are kind of a long-time friend of Guns, aren't you?
Yeah, I knew Izzy, you know, before he met most of the guys in the band, and Steven. I met the other guys around town and stuff. But I had actually known Matt forever and ever, for too long. So yeah, we go way back.
Do you think you have a similar guitar style, playing style to Izzy?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, you know, we all like the Keith Richards, you know, Ron Wood kind of thing. So yeah, it's basically the same style. One's a little louder than the other. That's about it.
And of course, the first European show you played was the Freddie Mercury tribute concert.
Yeah.
How did that go for you?
It scared the hell out of me. There's a lot of people all looking at us. I was wondering what they were looking at. But no, it went great. I thought it went really good. It was over too fast, but...
What does it mean to you to finally be able to play in Europe?
Oh, this is great. This is, like, beside London was my first time in Europe. And, oh, this is great. I mean, I've never seen things like this in person. It's like you read about it, you see it in the papers, but it's much different. Much better experience.
Now, how has being in Guns N' Roses changed your life? I mean, and your personal life, I guess.
Yeah, let me see. How has it changed my life? Well, I'm getting a tummy now. You know,
Is that too many beers?
Exactly. Yes, I'm getting lots of beers at night, and staying up much too late. No, it's made everything better. I mean, everything in my whole life has been better. I got a new car from Duff. Yeah, Duff gave me a nice little present.
Wow.
So
not this one we're sitting on.
But it is black. It is black. But you know, I mean, everything's been better. You know, I'm getting to see the world. I'm getting to play places I never would play, and you know, it's the best band in the world. You know, so.
Okay. Well, thanks for talking to us. We're going to see a video now, and I think this is a song that is particularly special to Axl Rose. I don't know if you can comment on this at all. It's November Rain we're going to see.
Oh my gosh. Good, this will be my first time seeing it too. No, it is very special to him. This is a song he wrote quite a while ago, and it means a lot to him to get this on film.
Okay, here it comes for you now. This is Guns N' Roses with a brand new video, November Rain.